I'm so excited to share with you my new brush pack called the Kid Builder Brushes, and it's created for Procreate, Affinity, Photoshop, Fresco, and it's also available in PNGs as well. This pack is for those who would like to draw and paint kids easily and have a bit of a jump start on your child-centered artwork. There are 210 child body, head, and clothing stamp brushes to help you get set up and on your way super fast. I made a link for you in the description below where you can go and find more information on these brushes. As of the date of this video's launch, they are on sale for a special discount for a limited time, so you might want to check that out. In this video, I'll show you an example of how to use this brush pack. We'll be drawing a cute kid with the brush stamps. Just a quick little sketch, and I'll show you from start to finish how to get the max out of this Kid Builder brushes so you can easily create children with correct proportion on your own. So let's get to it. I'm just going to open up these brushes here, and I'm going to show you what we have. So we have little kid, and little kid has just different proportions obviously than the bigger kids. We have the torsos, the legs, arms, hands, and feet. Same with the big kid, they're just a little bit different in proportions, so it makes it easier for you. The kids' heads are all the same. There's not a little kid's head and a big kid's head. That's what makes it, again, with the proportions just relative to the head size. So we're going to have the front facing, side profile, three-quarter looking up, and three-quarter looking down. And you can see there's a few hairstyles just to get you started, just get you kind of in the mode there. And then we have, for those who don't feel really up to it yet, like these things seem a little daunting, I have included the combined. So I have a few bodies already set up for you in just a couple of poses here. So we have the upper body and the lower bodies, and then two full bodies, one sort of laying down on her tummy and then cross-legged. So if you want to kind of start there, that's more of an entry level for beginners. So we have that in the little kid and big kid as well. And then we have the kids' clothing. So there's a few dresses and shirts, shorts, pants, a few shoes, and a few little accessories, including the little bunny and the dog. Again, just to get you inspired and get you going and just kind of have a bit of a jump start. So today we're going to be doing a little kid, and I'm going to show you walk you through the difficult way, and then I'll show you how you can do this a little bit easier too with the combined stamps already. Okay, so the first and most important thing we're going to do is put every stamp on a single layer. That way we can move them around, because I can't possibly accurately place everything exact with one tap. So I'm just going to make sure I have a new layer here. Oh, and I should also mention that I am using, you'll notice I have a canvas. I'm using my living watercolor canvas. It's part of a different watercolor pack, and that's what I'll be using today to paint. So if you're noticing this, that's the canvas that I have here. Okay, so I'm going to go and grab from the little kids, I'm going to find a torso, and I'm going to actually do this one that's slightly on an angle. So I'm going to just tap that, and I'm going to position it differently. So I'm going to tap on the arrow and say horizontal. Okay. Next thing, very important, new layer. I'm going to go grab the legs. And I'm also going to make sure that all of my stamps are the same size. So all of mine are going to be at 100%. But you can do whatever percent you want, but I would just make sure that they're always at the same percentage. Then you're going to tap that. You can see that it says front and back. Just to let you know at the front of the calf where the knee would be is, sorry, not the calf, the thigh. And then you're going to use these dots just as approximate placements. You know, depending on what position you are in, they may just vary a little bit. Also, if you want your kid to have a little bit longer, shorter torso, then you might change that a little bit too. Okay, so new layer. Let's go get the calf. So this one is the other direction, so I'm going to hit that arrow, flip it horizontal, and right about there. New layer, and let's go and get some arms. So there's an upper arm and lower arm, so I'm just going to tap that there. Approximately here again, depending on where your arm is going to be positioned. I'm just going to use my little toggle here, bring it out a little bit. New layer, lower arm, tap on that one. You can see that there's a little dot there, that's where the hand goes. So I'm going to put it about here because she's going to be wearing a little backpack. Okay, so now that I have these arms and legs, I can either, depending on, again, your position of your legs, if you wanted to do the front leg, like if it was looking straight on, then I would use this one. But my girl's actually going to be, her legs are going to be more to the side. So I'm just going to delete that. Create new layer. And actually I can go and just duplicate these here. And so I'm going to take 2 of them and let's just move them along here to about there. And I'm going to have her with her leg sort of positioned like this a little bit. Okay. And I'm just going to put these 2 together so I know where everybody is, just make sure. And these ones, I'm going to bring them back just a touch too. There we go. Okay, and then back to our new layer, and let's grab some feet. So I'm going to just have this one like so, about there. And then let's just have this little guy here like that. And you can just move this around. Perfect. All right, let's just go and duplicate these arms again, because you can go get new ones if you wanted, but I know that's going to be from behind there, because this body is slightly tilted, because you can see we don't see the other arm circle. So that's going to come in from over here and duplicate the forearm here, and that's coming in about here because she's holding on to her backpack. Right. And let's go get these hands here. So we have a few positions. So this one's going to work well for us. So again, making sure everything's at 100%. And I'm just going to bring that in there, roughly where I think the backpack straps would go. And I'm going to flip that horizontal, making sure the thumbs are on top. All right. Somewhere in the middle, because of course that's going to be, it's in front of that joint there. Okay, let's give this poor gal a head here. Decided it's a girl, so we're going to go to the heads. Let's just pick a straight on one. I'm trying to, maybe we'll do this one. A little ponytail. So give her a little bit of space for her neck. Okay, so that is looking pretty good so far, but I'll show you a quicker way. Of course, if this is feeling a little bit like a lot for you to start with, if you're new to this sort of stuff, let me just show you a simpler way. Let's just gather these up. I'm just going to put these in a group. All right, I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going to go to the kids combined, and here I do have one that already with the backpack done, and we can go and grab some legs and put those on too. So that's obviously a far easier way if you like these poses, but obviously this one we can manipulate and change as we go as well. So that's, if you want to start with that, no problem. And if you want more flexibility, then I challenge you to challenge yourself to do this and use these to change it up a little bit. I'm going to grab the torso, the arms, and the hands, and I'm just going to move it because I've, changed my mind, wanted it a little bit more straight up and down. I can do that too. So that's what's great about this. You can kind of figure out some stuff before you actually start drawing. So let's just put her head so it's on straight here. Always a good idea. I'm going to actually erase this ponytail. It'll go behind her shoulder, and that way we can just see a little bit better because it was getting a little bit hairy in there. Okay, wonderful. So now you're going to take this group and you can just flatten it, and then it's all one layer, and then take that and knock down the opacity so we can see a little bit better to make our drawing on top. So now we can create a new layer, and I'm going to go, you can grab whatever you want to use. I'm going to, like I said, use my living watercolor brushes, and I'm going to just start with my sketch pencil. It's going to make it kind of like a brownie color. And now I can go and just start to really create this character. So I'll start with her face. Oops, I'm going to make sure this is a little bit, I have my sketch brush at around 15%. All right, and we can just start drawing however you want. I mean, it doesn't have to be realistic. It can be more of a character. It can be, yeah, just whatever your style is, but you already have figured out your proportions, your shapes, and your position and your pose, so you're already off to a great start. Oh, the other thing we can do before we actually get to this, because I'm going to start designing, I'll show you the clothing stuff here, or the clothing brushes. So let's just go back, jumping around. I can grab a dress, and I'm going to make sure it's at 100%, but in this one I am going to actually be manipulating it a little bit because she's on an angle, so we're just going to fit it to her body, and we can go and do stuff like maybe put it on a slight angle, and then go and take your hit your magic wand, use liquify, and just shape this. At least it's giving you a starting idea of where to put start these clothes. It just gives you some ideas. So you can see the center line of her body, so those buttons are going to be there. Maybe we have it more like that. Again, just giving you just a start, an idea, just to help you on your way. Okay, so that can be down as well. So now at least we have a little outfit idea for her. Okay, back to our drawing. Back to my sketch pencil. So now we know what we're putting on here. So I'm just going to give her a little sort of shirt underneath, just a simple line. Just a little basic tee. And then these, you're just going to use, you know, you can shave off a little bit because again the arm is coming down, not straight out, so we're just going to soften that a little bit. And I know that this comes in front, so this line comes in front. And already like using this is going to help you with your foreshortening of all these sorts of bits here. The hands and the arm. Oops. And this will come under here. Shorten the strap a little bit. All right. So you can turn off your layer below and just see how it's going. I want to move this shoulder up just a little bit. I feel like that I left that loop down a little bit too much. There. It's a little bit nicer. All right. Let's have our little dress come here. So I did say she's going to be wearing a backpack here, so let's just make that up. I guess I have to eliminate that strap there now that I've drawn that. That's okay. That's why we can erase. So those aren't going to be relevant. and then these straps will come along here. Something like that. All right, good. We'll draw the rest of the backpack later. We'll give her a little bow or a little ribbon. All right, let's just follow this. Okay, and then onto the legs. Oops. Oh, I suppose we should draw some shoes on here for her. All right, I think I'll just give her a little simple little shoe here. Little Mary Jane. Make sure you give her a little bit of a sole on here too. Good stuff. Oops, I guess the buckle will be on the other side. You know what? I want to give her little knee socks here too. Maybe that's a little bit low here. Oops. All right, a little knee sock action. That's good. All right. Okay, so let's just look at this without it. Okay, see, we have a kid with proportions. We'll just take away our dress there, and we can go and make some changes. I think I have this coming out a little bit too much here. Probably a little bit softer like that. All right, let's just, this probably goes up a little bit here. And you can bring in all your line work. I'm just going to be doing this kind of quick today, just so you got the idea. Okay, and our hair's behind here. And let's just maybe make this backpack come out here. Maybe it has a flap or something. We can see it from the side. something like that. Okay, and then we can turn our guide back on just to get an idea of where facial features are. So this is where your little nose is going to be. So all I'm going to do is just do a little scoop, a little nostril, and another little scoop. That's all. Just a little bit. That's pretty simple. For our mouth, let's see. Just get a little bow here. Keep it fairly rounded. All right, and this is roughly where you're going to want her eyes to be. A little bit of that, maybe a little, I'm going to do too detailed here. And then this is where our eyebrow is going to be. Okay, and since we're doing Procreate here, we can cheat and get our little squiggly line here and grab that and say copy and paste. Use your arrow, flip horizontal, and away we go. And she looks a little bit different than I was thinking, so let's just do that. I think her eyes, I've drawn them a little bit. They need just to be a little bit more like that. Oh, of course, I gotta merge these together so I have one layer. And let's have a look. Okay. All right, then maybe you want a few little wispies here. Soften it up. Put your little ears too. All right, here we are. We put some little buckles on here. A little bit of that. Oops, I have her little shirt here and I've forgotten to give her. I'm gonna make sure she actually has sleeves on here. All right. I hope you've had a good overview of how these brushes work and how they would bring value to your artwork and increase your kid drawing skills. I hope you enjoyed them as much as I do, so thank you so much for taking the time to paint with me today, and I really do appreciate all your love and support. It really means so much to me. So stay tuned on my YouTube channel for more drawings and painting videos like this. I know I've been a little bit silent on YouTube for a little bit. There's a good reason, lots of good stuff coming your way, so I hope to see you back here soon. Take care.